All right, y'all. So we are back with another video. All right. Um, if this is your first time tuning in, my name is Jarrell Henderson, and welcome to Creating Habits. So typically on the channel, I'm talking about a bunch of different things. I know y'all are probably used to the people on Forex. They only talking about Forex, and um, and I think that's really dope, you know. But well, my channel is different. I'm here to show you all the different things that I do as a entrepreneur. So I trade, I have event spaces, I have a coaching program, I have mentorships, digital products, all sorts of things, right? Real estate. So um, like for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing market breakdowns of the market, and that's what it is. Another market breakdown. As I already know, if you're returning, I trade US 30. That's pretty much what I've been focused on since I told myself I was going to get back super serious about the market. I've been trading for the probably the year before the pandemic. I learned about trading. I got into babypips.com and went from there. So yeah, so I used to trade standard pairs and then moved over to indices. And I'm man having a lot of fun with US 30. Teaches me a lot, and especially now honing in on that new my newest strategy. So I used to be all about scalping, and sometimes I still scalp, but I feel like as I'm more like that. I don't like to be like, oh, you swing trade, you scalp, day trade. Like I'm just a well-rounded. I look at myself as a well-rounded trader that I trade support and resistance, break and retest, supply and demand, and I trade my setups when I see my setup. So if I see my setup, you know, London session, I'm trading it because I'm up sometimes during London session as I'm an entrepreneur working on other businesses. If I see my setup New York session, I'm trading. You know what I'm saying? I'm really only trading London and New York. But enough of that. Let's jump into what y'all are actually here for, this trade breakdown. All right. So I always start out on the weekly time frame. It's honestly a lot of the same. I'm not gonna say it's a lot of the same information, but because we are where we are, I'm gonna go ahead and probably end up doing US 30, NAS 100, and I'm probably gonna do GU and GJ, maybe even do UCAS. So I may do like um I may go over the indices as well as a couple pairs, right? So I'm always starting out on a weekly time frame. Now, you all, if you're returning, you've seen me do this already. If you're new, look, perfect for you, right? So I like to do like a line chart where basically I'm trying to delete it. Y'all saying y'all doing maintenance. I'm trying to delete these jams. So yeah, let me just bring these out of my way because I'm about to say, yeah, let me do it. Because they're doing maintenance, I can't delete them. No tripping, no worries. Just move them out of the way. So typically, like I said, I'm starting off with the line chart. I'm not looking at it beyond beyond like the last day in December, like January 1st. So like up in here is where I'm starting at. I'm looking for where the market touches zones at twice. So we got a touch here, a touch here, and then we have or where we have like multiple touches. So we got one touch here and one touch here. And that's what I'm pretty much looking for. That's what I'm going to be drawing my lines at. I'll start off that way. I do it like I've been doing it. And so that first line is going to be a black line. My weekly line is a black line. And this is just me marking off my areas of support and resistance. So I know what's what when I look at it from a smaller time frame, right? And let's see, non-multiple touches, non-multiple touch. Okay, cool. So that's it for our weekly area. That's it for our weekly area. Now, let's jump down. And this is just a top-down analysis, right? I think this is what's best for all traders. You should always be doing a top-down analysis to get your bias for the week so you're not all over the place. So again, if I get multiple touches on one side or two touches on both sides, where the market acts as support and resistance, where I see support and resistance, that's where I'm drawing a line at. So if I can see multiple touches, I'm drawing a line. So we got a touch. Let's see. That's November. All right. So let's see here. 1, 2. So we'll draw something like this, but we'll make this red. Right. And then we'll do something like, we got 1, 2, we got 3. All right, so we'll do this. And I'm trying, and honestly, because these are for my daily, the red is for my daily zones. I'm not looking to draw too many of these. I don't want to overdo it with these zones, okay? I don't want to overdo it at all. So we got a touch here, and then we have one here. So boom, boom, right there. And then I'm probably gonna draw one. Let's see here. I'm gonna draw 2 more. Draw one here. And then I'm gonna draw one here. All right, that's it. That is, and I actually like this one a little bit better because it's more recent. So I'll put this one down. I'll do, since we're so close, I'll do 4 in here now, like this. And in this, if you looked at any of my past videos, like when I first started doing this, you see where I explain it. Like I look for touches, overlaps, or gaps, right? So we got an overlap here, we got a gap here, and those gaps generally are going to be wicks, and the overlaps generally are going to be wicks, right? Then I'm going to the 4 hour, and I'm doing the same thing. Now, could I do it down here? Yes, but the market hasn't came down here. And so I could be aware of it just to mark it off. So I'll mark off this one here, but I don't need to do a whole lot with like this down here because again, the market hasn't came down here. Are these zones some that you might want to be aware of? Definitely. You definitely want to be aware of them. So you put one more here, but the market hasn't came here. Well, actually the market is the momentum is bullish. You can just tell just by looking at this, the momentum is bullish. The momentum has been bullish for a while now. So let's go to the 4 hour, and the 4 hours is going to be green, and this is going to be the last place that you'll see me put these. Now with the 4 hour, once as we get closer, I'm looking more so to only be putting these in like the last 30 to 45 days. All right, so let's go about right here. So up in here. So top down, we got 1, 2, 3, just about 3 touches there. So I'll put one here, and then I'll do this, turn this green. And then with these, I'm not trying to do a whole lot of, right? So probably 1 or 2 in between like each little area or whatnot. I'm really more so looking for the ones that affect or cause major movement to the upside or downside. Put one there, put one here, put this one here, and then put one there. All right. Okay. So that one definitely needs one right up in here. All right, cool. So now we're done, right? We're not doing anything on the hour. On the hour, I generally draw like rectangular box zones. But so I'm showing you this because I want you to like really practice it. I want you to get it. And I want you to be able to like draw your zones out, and that's going to help you establish your bias. All right, for what's going on. And if you look at the areas, you'll see the rejections. You'll see where we rejected at. So we rejected strong off of that weekly level to the upside. We wicked above this high here. So we wicked above this high. So there's a wick as we close out this week above this, above this high here. That's a terrible arrow. But yes, it is above that high there, right? So perfect. So we know that we created a new high, but we didn't close above that high, right? Because this is a bullish candle. We didn't close above the high, but look at all the buying. Like look at how fast we came out of this zone right here. So your zone right up in here, if you drop down, you don't even really have to drop down. But if we just drew a box within that zone, look at this. All these rejections, wick, come into the zone, and then we just like leave it very fast, right? So now to some, you could say if we go on a higher time frame, I believe that was the if we go on a higher time frame, that was close to this daily supply. It was daily I'm sorry, daily demand, right? So we're close to it, came very close to tapping into it, but didn't. But if you just like pay attention and look at the wicks, like it tells you the market really, it becomes so much easier when you really when you really just pay attention and you do some back testing, to be honest. So let me get going with this video because I feel like I've been rambling for 10 minutes. All right. And I apologize for that. So let's get into it. So what is my bias for this upcoming week? Well, we're going into NFP. It's NFP week. So the market gonna do some things, but because we have all this buying, we got all this buying momentum, even if you put like, even if I was to put like a fib on this, right? Under the 4 hour, I like putting a fib on the 4 hour a little bit more than anything else. Let's say if I put a fib on it and I went like this, then with the fib, it says that we're in that space where we could have technically had a small pullback, but how I trade, I would want to pull back into this area here, somewhere up into this area here. So if I get a pullback up into the 36, if I can get a pullback into I said the 36, the 38, um, if I can get a pullback into there, then that would make more sense for me to trade to take the buy. Like what I'm going to be looking for is some sort of pullback because I understand that like we grabbed some liquidity up here. We have wicks just like this past week. We grabbed the liquidity that was down below here. Let me go back to the daily and show you all that liquidity that was down below there. So all of this was liquidity. And we grabbed all of that and with this low here, right? So we just went back and grabbed liquidity up top. And now I'm expecting for us to keep pushing a little bit more. But honestly, I'm expecting for us to fall. If you just look at what does history tell you over the last 3 or 4 months? Every time we've hit this is our daily level, right? This is our daily level, the highest point on our daily level. We come out of it very fast and come all the way down. If you pay attention, the market is almost in between this area. It's almost in like a range. If you really like look at it, it's been in a range for the most part. Whew, man, your boy is tired. So we've been in the range. So we broke below here, but once we got back into it, so what I'm gonna be looking for is for us to come up here and we're only 170 pips from that. If right here, US 30 move 321 pips to close out the week alone, right? It closed out the week 321 pips or 3,210 points, right? So my bias is I'm looking for us to do something like this. Let me delete some of this stuff. Delete this box too. So I'm looking for us to do something like continue up wick and then come back and then like do something like this and like reject one more time off of here like that, and then come back down into this zone here, and then take off more, right? That's my bias. So right now I'm looking for I will be taking shorter term buys on US 30, nothing super long term because these are like highs that we haven't seen for a couple months now. So you just want to be cautious when you see that, right? And then again, like I said, it's NFP week. So that's what I'm looking at with US 30. Even if you look at the 4-hour chart, we broke highs, boom. So it's like that's what I'm looking for US 30. We're above the 50 EMA. Just a lot of different factors that kind of tell me like, okay, we got a lot of strong bullish momentum. Plus, I mean, what you just looking at the charts and looking at like price action, right? So that's that for US 30. So my bias for US 30 is we are going to be bullish, right? Now, if I'm looking at NASDAQ, you can definitely see the range that Nas is in. And that's what I'm saying. Like, just being able to pay attention, and you got to be able to trade in any climate, right? So look at this from a daily perspective. What has Nas been doing? Nas has been coming up to this level, dropping, coming up, waking up to this level, dropping. This is the first time we broke this level, but we got to break back below this level. And so, just keep it on the lookout for that, even though we're close to like another weekly area where there's no like there's only like 210 or so. There's only like 210 or so I'm lying, 162 pips or 1,500 points to get to that weekly level. But I'm thinking that if we go this high, we're coming for these highs here to grab these wicks, this liquidity, everything that's up top, right? Plus we're above the EMA, strong momentum going above. I'm not gonna do the weekly top down like I did it for the other pair. But then if you look too, look at these trend lines. We got a long-term trend line right here. We got a long-term trend line right here. What do? We broke it. We broke that trend line right there. We came back towards that trend line, rejected. And now we're again aiming for these highs here above. So that's what I'm looking at. If I'm trading NAS this week, I'm looking for buys that come close to there. Again, like I said, NFP week. So we'll see what really happens from that, right? From the news and whatnot. So let's delete all of this. This is GU. Um it looks very similar to kind of what I was looking at with NAS. If you look at like we got this downward trend and then we break here. So we got the downward trend, and then once we reject, we break this level here. And if you can consider these kind of like highs, because wick, right? So we break that level and then reject that level and then come back and break it again. And now we're trying to break these highs right here before we continue up. So I'm looking for, if I see something on GU, I would be looking for buys. All right. I would be looking for buys personally. All right. Let's see. EJ, good old EJ. Y'all, this is one of the pairs that I was like crazy over trading, like always trading this. But if you just look at it, even on a weekly, we're making higher highs and higher lows. So if you look at that, right? High low, high low, equal highs, but no new, it didn't break this low right here. So high, low, high, high. And then that's when we started to see that downshift, but we already got these equal highs, but equal lows, not so equal lows, right? And we broke this level right here, this structure level right here. So you gotta kind of just look at it like, well, let me see what happens, see what happens. So I like the thought of it retesting this area again. So maybe we get we open the week with a candlestick that retests this area, or even this one here. That's a lot deeper down, only because just like that's what I would say. Like if I'm looking to enter me, I'm looking for it to enter on this retracement here. I'm looking for it to come pull back all the way here. That may be a little steep for some people, but that's just me, right? And then let me look at UCAD really quickly. Because like when I first started out, this was what I was definitely trading UCAD. I like trading UCAD. UCAD is going into a range, so we are in a range right now, just about. Even though we touched basically 3 times. At the bottom, we would probably have to touch, a third time for full confirmation of the range, but that's pretty much what we're doing. Because if you look at what it did, it ranged, then broke out, and then we're going back to that range area again. So that's what's going on for my bias. I feel like that's what's going on for my bias for this week. That's it. Like I said, I'm everything is looking pretty much bullish except for the two that we had ranges on, which was US, UCAD, and GU. GU was no UCAD NAS 100 and S&P 500, right? Not S&P 500. I'm tripping, y'all. I'm really tripping. But even though S&P 500 is trending, is trading sideways, is consolidating just about. That's not what I was talking about. So we got like some consolidation here in US 30. We got some consolidation in kind of like NAS 100. And then we also got some consolidation um up in here, right? So keep in mind that these are like key levels because we're looking at like a weekly time frame. So I would just say like if you're a new trader out there and you're looking to learn how to trade, like be patient. You can make it. You can do it. You can be profitable. Last week was another profitable week, and it was amazing. Um, again, my background is I never used to like the thought of getting funded, but I love that idea now because I like the challenge. I like the challenge of being able to do stuff and then complete it, and then what it turns me into, right? So again, that's it. That's all. Peace and blessings to you. Man, I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you a better trader and kind of just understand what's going on with the market. All right. Peace.